What up, nerds? It's Jason here from Custom Cans, and I've just had a delivery in from HiFiMan. We've just restocked with Edition XS's and HE400s, so we've got those back in stock. And I got something else added to the order. Just have a quick look at. I think there's some things that we can design for the Arya Unveiled. Ooh. Now, and these headphones are outside my price range. I'm a poor person. This is probably close to a month's wages for me. So, certainly not the kind of thing I'd buy for myself. But, you know, so I'm writing it off as a business expense. I'm pretty certain there's something cool we can do with these that will pay for these eventually. So, let's hope. Let's have a look. I don't know how many of these are out in the wild, so I'm not too sure how big the market is. Certainly not as big as the XS or the HE400, but there's a few of these around, and I've got some ideas. But yes, let's have a look. So we've got nanometer thickness diaphragm, stealth magnet design, and unveiled. Yeah, so it's a popular mod on a lot of their headphones, is just to remove the grills, which makes them sound a bit more open, and that's what they've done themselves. You know, they've seen what the modding community's doing, and they're like, we could do that too. But if I'm perfectly honest, these things scare the hell out of me, because I'm a little bit nervous about these, just because the side of them was open. And I know when I first started looking at planar headphones, I was working on the HE400 SE, and I think I destroyed at least 3 pairs of those by not paying attention and dropping a screwdriver or something that just got sucked into the magnets and pierced through the diaphragm. And the diaphragm on these is even more delicate. So, you know, they'll sound better, but these things are dangerous. If you're not careful, if you've got anything magnetic anywhere near them, it's going to just get in there and break them. So, it's a bold move by HiFiMan, but I suppose that kind of thing wouldn't be covered under warranty. But let's have a look. It's got little socks on. It's got covers over its little thing, right? Let's have a look in the accessories. Oh, this has got a little bag in here too. This is what you get with the big money headphones. You get little tiny bags. So, got cable. Meh. A very meh cable. It's fine. But, you know, you should buy a nicer cable from somewhere like Custom Cans. I hear they make excellent cables, so they get incredible reviews. What have we got here? So we got like carbon fiber plates. So these are probably covers for the drivers. Let's get the actual headphones out and remove their little bags. Let's have a look. Are these tied up? Oh yeah, no, they're just open in there. They don't come with anything over the drivers. Oh my god, this is terrifying. I don't like this. I don't like them. It's scary. Alright, so let's have a look here. So yeah, so you've got a baffle with holes around the edge. They've rounded off the corners here, a bit like we have done on the HE400 and the XS mod, where we've just given it a little lip there, just to smooth out the airflow on the way in. But yeah, they've got big old Neo magnets, which are the half bar type. They're stealth magnets for these. Let's just see how the covers go on. But yeah, I'm really glad. This is exactly how I thought they would be, which is good. So this is going to fit in with my plan. So those just magnet on there. So oh god! So when you're storing them, they're semi-safe. Can it go on that way? No, it only goes on that way. Cool. All right, so like that. Yeah, little carbon fiber whatsits that protect the grills, which is good because, as I said, this thing terrifies me. Let's get the other one out. Yeah, I do like these little headphone socks. Is the new accessory that everyone's wanting. I wish they came shipped with these because, there we go. I feel safe again now. These are all covered up. So these look similar to the other Aryas I've seen, like the organic. What's nice is, like, compared to the Edition XS, they've got a gloss coating on this. It looks like they've been painted. So they've been painted with a lacquer to give that deep gloss, which is a nice touch on these. But yes, the reason I ordered these in is because this is exactly how I thought they were. With either with this plate on the back, which is going to sound terrible, or open like that. And what I am going to design is some magnetic grills with a very open mesh. So I'm going to design something that's going to protect them so that you can listen to them. It shouldn't really affect the sound very much, but give you that level of protection that you can leave on. So they'll magnet on there. You can blah 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 blah, and then obviously if you want to do your critical listening, you unveil those bad boys. But for most times, I reckon, I don't know, I'm pretty certain I could design some grills that would go over this which wouldn't affect the sound almost at all, like almost unnoticeable, just by a bit of clever design. So that is my plan. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to design a safety grill that goes over these that won't affect the sound but will give you a bit more protection and you can still listen to them, which magnets on. So yeah, so perfect. This is going to work. I can do that. I can design that thing. So a bit of designing and testing shouldn't be too difficult. I've already got some ideas. I've ordered in some materials which will make these. I've been testing various fabrics to find ones that are very transparent to sound. And I'm going to make it so that they're not flat. They're probably going to have a bit of a curvature or some kind of shape in there, so that if there's stuff, it's not going to bounce straight back through, which is the problem you get with most grills. It's going to have a shape to it, which is going to stop that from happening. And it's going to have as big an area as possible for it to breathe through, so it's not going to restrict the airflow as much as possible. So yeah, I reckon I can design a really fancy grill for these. So anyone that's got these, they'll be able to use them safely. They'll still sound pretty much the same, but you will also have the option of running them unveiled. So yes, scary headphones. I'm hoping to make less scary. Do you think there's I think there must be a market for that. I think if I owned a set of these and I could have a different level of danger, I would go for that. Yeah, like say these are your main headphones that you're using all the time. Half the time you don't need the absolute, the final 0.2% of sound quality. Most of the time you're fine, and then just for some critical listening, when you're in a safe environment and you've made sure there's no screws or screwdrivers anywhere, you can whip them off and have them unveiled again. So I suppose it would be rude if I didn't have a listen, even though I'm terrified of these things. Plug in one of our fancy ultimate cables. This one, this is one of our prototype ones. So it looks a bit raggedy. It went through loads of testing, basically like one side we didn't sew up the outside to see what would happen over time, and it's got a few little puby bits on that side, so yeah, we know that you have to do that. We're actually just about to release a new version of that ultimate cable, because we've learnt some stuff since we read the originals, and we can tweak the design ever so slightly just to make them a little tiny weeny bit better. But yes, let's have it. I'd be interested to see what they sound like with the veils on. Ooh, let's adjust this bad boy. As you kind of expect, they sound good. I'm going to let other reviewers tell you about how they sound, but yeah, they sound good. That unveiledness with the very light diaphragm and the powerful magnets makes them really agile. They can, they really produce the sound very accurately. But let's see if we can just bust these open quickly and see what's inside. I can see already you've got double-sided magnet. Oh my god, I'm going to just have to put the things back on. These things terrify me. I don't like it. Okay, let's have a butcher's under here. Cool, the pads clip on super tight. Right, okay, so we can see under here, so it's got a dual-sided magnet design. So on this side you've got standard magnets by the look of it. Are they magnets? Oh no, they're not magnets. So yeah, so you've got some kind of bars going across there. It might just be for reinforcing. But yeah, it doesn't look like you've got magnets on this side. You've just got magnets on the other side. So that's kind of interesting. Let's, ooh. Yeah. So Yeah, a lot of screws. A lot of screws there. Underneath, you've got quite a fine mesh here. This is not very taut. It's got quite a few wrinkles and stuff. It's not a bad thing. It gives you more surface area for the sound to go through. But let's see what treasures we have inside. Yeah, looking at it, you've got a second row of screws in here which are attaching to the driver, so I suspect this whole thing's going to come out. We'll have a look in a second. Oh my god, I'm glad I put the covers on. If I dropped one of these screws in, whew, scary biscuits. Okay. Ooh, and the money shot. Right, so that's quite interesting. So the actual area, the active area, so the area with the magnets and the traces on the diaphragm, is larger than the hole in the unveiled portion, which is probably why they've got the holes around the outside to let that bit breathe. But obviously this is the main area by your ear. As you can see, it's a very solidly built driver, so you've got very thick GRP or something sandwiched together with lots and lots and lots of bolts, and quite thick bolts as well. The ones that I have just loosened. So let's just do those back up again. So there's the driver, and yeah, as you can see, you've got those rounded over magnets, very, very thick boards there, sandwiching the membrane together. Yeah, so it's really, really solid and rigid, and then that is also mounted rigidly to the baffle, the front baffle by the ears. So that's all held together. So in the XS, this section is kind of loose in there and just held in with like foam that sandwiches it all together. So when we designed the grills, we actually put some little locating pins in there that stopped it from moving around. So this is very rigidly mounted, certainly compared to the XS. You can see the diaphragm. I don't know if you can see it's almost like iridescent butterfly type colours that as it catches the light. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Looks like it's got a nicer socket than the XS as well, so doesn't look the same. And yeah, a little washer in there and some tape around it to all hold it in tight and stop it from rattling around. They've got a little bit, like the cable routing's really nice on this. These are built just to a higher quality. I don't know, but yeah, I thought it might just be a fancier driver, but overall the build quality of these is much superior to the XS, and I think it's nicer than the Arya Organic, which I've had a look at before as well. Yeah, the build quality on these ones is really good. They're put together in a solid way. So the magnets built into this. Yeah, so it must have magnets embedded in or metal bits embedded in the plastic there. Oh yeah, I think I can see the magnets top and bottom there. Is that right? Yeah, so you got magnets there. It looks like they were going to put 2 more magnets there, but they didn't, which I would like, because these don't seem to, I don't know, these barely kind of hold on. I think they're quite not very well held on. I would extra couple of magnets in there would have been good. Is this? Ooh. Yeah, so there, and you've also got magnets embedded there, but for some reason inside the headphone, no magnets there. I wonder why that is. I would have put them there. Like, hold it on as tightly as possible. So other things I'm noticing as well, you've got little rubber grommets here on the hinges to take any squeak and rattle out of the hinges. So that's, again, the headband is a little bit microphonic. Like if you touch here, you really hear it inside the ear cap. So they're not isolating this from the headband, which is another kind of level up that they could do from this. But yeah, overall, pretty good. I suspect making this piece with all the holes in there is relatively expensive tooling, I would have thought, to get that right. But yeah, it's a nice thing. It's a multi-part, so you've got an inner piece of plastic and an outer piece of plastic. Yeah, so overall, like, they sound great. Let's not beat around the bush. They sound good, and I'm sure other people who have reviewed the sound will. I'm a £200 headphone kind of guy, so listening to £1,400 headphones, they're bound to sound pretty good. There's nothing wrong with the sound. I've just got these in because I think that we can design a grill. We can veil the unveiled without affecting the sound quality too much, as long as we're clever about it. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I'm going to do anything more advanced than that. That's kind of my plan. I don't know. A couple of people have asked if we could maybe look at tuning them, but I don't know. I think it's just a bit, outside my pay grade, really. I'm not sure what extra we can bring to the party other than a bit of safety. So, yeah, I hope that was vaguely interesting. We found some interesting stuff. We found that there's 2 magnets that they decided not to put inside, which is vaguely interesting. And, yeah, so, yeah, let me know what you think. Is that a good idea, making grills that don't affect the sound? I think it is, but I'd like to hear your feedback. And overall build quality, very good on these ones. Solidly constructed driver and baffle in there. So nice. But terrifying with the magnets open and not wanting to get screws and stuff in there. I'm going to put them back together before I do anything stupid. And so it's been lovely hanging out with you guys, and I'll see you guys again.